Barely a week to 2024, 23rd of December 2023. Welcome to Somalia's premier #1 station for news and updates, Dalsan TV. Straight to you from Somalia's capital, Mogadishu. I'm your presenter, Abdurrahman Yusuf. Tonight, I have quite a full bulletin prepared for you, but kindly have a look at some of our top stories. Somalia selected to spearhead World Bank Clean Energy Pilot Program. Somali U.S. forces eliminate 70 Al-Shabaab militants in Lower Juba region. Suspected Somali pirates hijack another ship off the coast of Somalia. UK government pledges $9 million aid for El Nino flood victims. Glad to have you back. Now let's delve into our full bulletin. Somali pirates have hijacked another ship, raising fears over the resurgence of piracy a decade after they wreaked havoc at the coastline. Britain's Maritime Trade Agency said in a statement that another ship has been hijacked off the coast of Somalia on Friday. Here's a full story.
The Somali pirates have on Friday hijacked another ship, raising fears of resurgence of piracy a decade after they wreaked havoc off coastline. Britain's Maritime Trade Agency said in a statement that another ship had been hijacked off the coast of Somalia on Friday. The statement added that the Somali commercial ship was seized by a group of heavily armed men near the Isle district on the coast of Puntland, according to the British Maritime Trade. The watchdog did not, however, provide further details about the identity of the kidnappers, but said that an investigation has been launched. This is the second ship to be hijacked in a month. A ship bearing the flag of Malta headed for the same destination was hijacked in the Gulf of Aden last week. European Union Navy said that the ruined ship had over 18 crew members on board when it The European Union Navy said that the ruined ship had 18 crew members on board when it was hijacked near Socotra Island in Yemen, which is about 240 kilometers from Somalia. The EU Navy further stated that one of the crew members was evacuated to an Indian Navy vessel for medical care. The Navy added that the demands of the hijackers are still unknown. This is the second ship to be hijacked off the coast of Somalia since 2017, as Yemeni Houthis also escalate on ships passing through the Red Sea. According to the Pentagon, 5 armed assailants who seized a commercial ship near Yemen last month were likely Somali nationals, ruling out linkage with Iranian-backed Houthis rebels, who were first accused of abducting the ship.
The United Kingdom government, through the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office responsible for overseas development, has pledged a funding of $9 million to Somalia for the IDRFI project of the Africa Development Bank, which is implemented by the Somali National Disaster Management Agency. The FCDO made the announcement during the International Conference on Climate Change.
The UK government, through the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office responsible for overseas development, has pledged a funding of $9 million to Somalia for the IDRFI project of the African Development Bank, which is implemented by the Somali National Disaster Management Agency. The FCDO made the announcement during the International Conference on Climate Change, COP28, held in the United Arab Emirates. The financial donation is aimed at bolstering the ongoing humanitarian assistance to help the people affected by the El Nino floods. The Commissioner of SODMA, Mohammed Muallim Abdullah, expressed gratitude to the official representing FCDO, the government, and the people of the UK for their support and tireless standing with the Somali people. The pledge comes just 2 days after the Chinese government, through its embassy in Mogadishu, handed over $1 million meant for mitigation of the current flooding unfolding in the country. According to the government figures, over 110 people have been killed and more than 2 million people displaced in the torrential rains that resulted in the riverine flooding, with Jubaland and Hirshabelle states being the worst hit.
Somalia has been picked to spearhead the accelerating Sustainable Clean Energy Access Transformation Program, which is being implemented by the World Bank. The United States Agency for International Development, USAID, made the announcement of Somalia's selection into the program on Saturday. Somalia has been picked to spearhead the accelerating Sustainable and Clean Energy Access Transformation Program, which is being implemented by the World Bank. The United States Agency for International Development, USAID, made the announcement of Somalia's selection into the program on Saturday. USAID said Somalia's selection significantly underscores its commitment to expand clean and renewable energy resources. Somalia now joined 4 other countries selected as pilots of the new World Bank Clean Energy Program that's expected to benefit at least 100 million people in sub-Saharan Africa by 2030. The program entails 3 main components: developing regional and national platforms to enable economies of scale, cost reduction strategies, expanding grid electrification through investment, and technical assistance and financing strategies to improve energy access for households, enterprises, farmers, schools, health clinics, and other social needs. At least 70 Al-Shabaab militants were killed in the Lower Juba region on Friday by the Somali Special Forces Danab, backed by the US forces and Jubaland state forces. The regional state-owned media reports indicate that the military operation took place in Abudin areas following an attack of the 16th Battalion of the Danab commandos and the Jubaland forces. Here's a full story.
At least 70 Al-Shabaab militants were killed in the Lower Juba region on Friday by Somali Special Forces, Danab, backed by US and Jubaland state forces. Regional state-owned media reports indicate that the military operation took place in the Abudin area following an attack by the 16th Battalion of the Danab commandos and Jubaland forces. In light of recent gathering activities by the militants, the area was targeted. Officials acknowledged the presence of US drones assisting Somali army soldiers. To add on to that, Somali security forces backed by international allies attacked Al-Shabaab terrorist positions in the Lower Juba region. According to military sources, joint troops thoroughly destroyed the militant groups' bases in the Jehjeha woodland between Ad and Adalay villages, where they had been assembling for the past few days.
Lovely viewers, that's all we're prepared for you tonight from our desk here in Mogadishu. I wish to thank my team that made this news edition a success, and you, a lovely viewer, wherever you're watching us from. Always be blessed and kindly stay put for more stories in our subsequent bulletins.